There we go. Dude, massive take. Smash through the war rig. Oh, that was so cool. Such a strong bite. There we go, the little micro rig getting bit. Nice little guy. And it's a short-armed war rig. It's loaded up with some 1/8 ounce heads with the screw locks. That's our new neck breaker product. In the middle, I have another 1/8 ounce with a longer hook to fit that longer swim bait. And on the bottom of the rig, I have 2 3/8 ounce neck breakers with 4/0 hooks to fit that 4/0 bait. And these 2 blades right here flash some vibration. The way this setup is, it's gonna keep it running through the water column with a solid presentation. There we go. Something different here. Might be halibut. Might be halibut. Nope, just a spotty. It's fighting a little weird, but cool that we got one. We go, a little micro rig. On this rig are the neck breakers with the screw locks. So for 2025, this is one of the new neck breaker models we're gonna have. So we'll have the neck breaker EWG and the neck breaker spring lock hook. So we're gonna go ahead and rig up this neck breaker with the spring lock on a little Kitech 4-inch. It's gonna work great behind the war rig. This war rig micro is lighter in weight. It's smaller. It's supposed to be rigged lighter in weight. So you can cast it on a more traditional bass fishing rod or spinning rod. You don't have to have a calico or A-rig rod for this. Again, with that medium to slow wind, you don't have to burn it here. The bass aren't up in the water column. They're definitely down on the bottom or in the middle. So you want to keep this bait presented where those fish are located. Every couple reel turns, I give the reel a small break, a small pop, and that's to make it look like the bait fish is fleeing. There we go. See that, a lot of pops right there. Got that bass to strike. Oh, this is a nicer one. There you go. A little nicer of a fish. Nice one on that micro rig. Can't get his mouth open, but we're gonna get him back in. In the middle of the bay here, it's a big grass flat, and we're trying to catch these bass that are located in the grass that like to eat bait fish. So we got those bait fishes on there, and there we go. With the war rig, we got the 2 blades on the upper small arms. The smaller fish, but sand bass. Look at that, guys. Don't really see that very often. There we go, boys, a little sand bass. Tiny guy, but eating that rig. Exactly what we were talking about. Actually trying to fish this eelgrass field, but within this eelgrass field, there's ribbons of sand. And in those sand ribbons are going to be those sand bass and hopefully a halibut. Want to catch a halibut here? It's kind of the place to do it. There we go. That was on the pause. I let it sink out just for a second. Again, not a steady wind. You got to break it up a little bit. That's a nicer fish. Yeah, guys, a little bit nicer of a bass. It's got that orange mouth on him. A little longer of a fish. I like that. Starting to get into him. The tide is going high and moving into the bay. So the water's moving and these fish are looking to eat. I thought they'd be hitting the middle bait, but they're really going after the corners. There we go, another spotty. Dude, the micro rig is deadly right now. I think the presentation is exactly what they want. It's just a tight ball of bait fish. But so far, they've been hitting these bottom two. I kind of expected them to go through this middle one because it's a little further out, but these must be the easy meals to get. There we go. That was sick. I let it drop back to the bottom. He ate it. Bigger one for sure. Ah, not that big, dude, just fighting so good. That's a spotty for you. They feel like giants, but they're average size. Just normal size spotted bay bass here. I was winding it maybe a little too fast or a little higher in the water column. I let it drop back down to the bottom and got picked up when I started reeling again. There we go. Got him that time. Next cast, guys. Kind of found him out here a little bit. Kind of found him. Ah, torch the swim bait. There we go. Another one. Another one there. And another one bites the dust. So I believe that's the one we just rigged up as well. The mint head getting torched, along with this sexy shad looking mint swim bait. What I might want to do is just backtrack just a tad here and try to make another drift right in this area. There we go. As you guys can see, it's pretty windy right in here. So I'm just drifting with the wind and making some bomb casts out. Some nice fish on this war rig. Micro edition. Got a nice one there. Back in business here. Maintain the rig just a tad. And they are on those two mint colored heads. Must be an easier meal for them to get to. Just swipe up and grab those two. And when you're out fishing, it's always about research and development. So in the future, I might rig this setup a little differently. Maybe put some different head colors on. Maybe change the length of the baits. Right now, that thin 4-inch bait is getting bit. So we're gonna stick with that. They haven't touched the middle or the top shed. I didn't think they would grab the top bait. They're smaller and they're facing more forward on the head. So those bottom baits will be easier for them to eat. My war rig setup is a 711 heavy fast action rod. This rod is built for swim bait fishing, but since it's a fast action, it has a little bit more parabolic to it, and I'm able to get a nice lob on these rigs. That was a bite. And for reel, I'm fishing a Shimano Corrado 300. I've put a power handle on this reel instead of the 2 paddle handles that it comes with. I got it rigged up with 50-pound Power Pro braided line, and I have a top shot of 30-pound fluorocarbon. I have a kicker clip tied on, and I'm rigging that straight to the war rig. There we go. Pumping it closer to the bottom. Just keep that line tight. Make sure he doesn't come off. There we go. Got to keep it a little lower in the water column. Let's see if we can salvage this thing. It's just kind of shredded, but we'll just put that in a different area. There we go, guys. Got jet skis gone wild right here, but picking up a fish. Spotty. The wind's still whipping. Spotties are still biting. fun stuff. You know, they're not giants, but we're bit. The War rig and underspins are the way to go. You want a big bait fish presentation out here, and we're doing it right now. Oh, big one. Oh, I got something big, guys. I don't know what this is. Dude, I let it hit the bottom. It's big. I think it's a halibut. Let's give him some slack. I think it's a big one. Dude, almost broke me off right there. I was reeling that A-rig and let it hit the bottom. It's big. But look at this halibut, dude. It's a good one. It's a keeper. We'll measure him just in case. Woo! Let's keep him. There we go, guys. Nice halibut, 22 incher.